in class.
It's a good story.
And I was excited and everything. 15 minutes in, and I remember the student because he's one of my favorite students, put his hand up in the back row, and I called on him. Yes, you have a question. You've never taught before, have you? I said, is it that obvious? He goes, oh, yes, it is. And while that's a fun story, and it was like, okay, well, I'm going to work on this. Yeah. It's the same thing that our students experience when we pluck someone from industry. They have the knowledge, but their ability to share it well may not be the greatest. And they start day one with, okay, hit the ground running.
Welcome to Tech Talk with WSU Tech, where we dive into all things WSU Tech and highlight the voices within our college community. I'm Dr. Sheree Utash, and today we have the honor of chatting with Jenna Roth and Jessi Lane. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
Good to have you. We always like to kick this off by you telling what you do at the college and how you contribute to the mission. And I'm going to have you do that, even though we're going to kind of go in a very different direction. So, Jenna, welcome.
Thank you. I'm Jenna Roth, Dean of High School Partnerships and Community Outreach at WSU Tech. So I work with our concurrent population and our area high schools and really high schools all across Kansas.
Jessi Lane, Dean of Applied Technologies, and I oversee some of our academic programs at our city center campus, like our automotive, diesel, heavy equipment, all sorts of stuff there.
So today we're here to talk about Shark Tank. So there may be people listening that don't know what Shark Tank is. So I want you to tell our audience, what is Shark Tank and why is it important to WSU Tech?
Shark Tank is an initiative that came out of Sheree's same team group, and it was really an opportunity for an innovative college that we speak to it all the time to really allow that within our employees. So employees across the college can present ideas that they have for, well, really anything, honestly, that they think would contribute to the greater Wichita community and the WSU Tech community. So it's an opportunity to present the ideas very much like Shark Tank. And then you get seed money of up to $250,000 if you are the winner.
Mm-hmm. Why is it important to WSU Tech that we do this, Jessi?
You know, WSU Tech is innovative. And, you know, I've heard you speak about this, about bubbling ideas from the ground up and really letting everyone in the college have an opportunity to rise these ideas and these innovations up through the college. And it shows the leadership, and it shows the direction the college goes about truly listening to the employees and being innovative.
So this is the second Shark Tank. Okay. Talk about the process that you guys went through to get to where you're at today.
Well, so really this idea has been percolating for almost a decade, I think, for myself. And it's one that I've talked to different people at the college about, but never really took those next steps to pursue it. Well, in steps Jessi. I think he met with you at a conference about it a little bit, maybe.
Yeah. We were at Workforce Development Institute in January, and there was a breakout session about, you know, identifying faculty and growing faculty, and how do you identify that talent. And it's a challenge that every institution in career technical education has, is identifying qualified instructors. And I was like, I definitely have to be in that session. And it was a really small group. And just that tiny group was actually just talking with each other and going like, well, what do you do? Well, we have this thing that we do for the medical, and we do this apprenticeship for medical teachers. And I'm like, and one of the great things I loved from that was, well, we just model what we ask industry to do. Mm-hmm. And I go, oh. And I remember walking out of that session and going, hey, Jennifer, like, here's this thing. She's like, well, go tell Sheree. And I told you, and you're like, well, Shark Tank. And so my immediate thought was, Jenna has been talking about this for a long time, and I've heard her say it, but that light bulb moment of like, okay, I don't know what this exactly looks like, but there's just a spark here, and I know people that have fuel for that flame.
So you are the winners of the 2025 Shark Tank, and you with your Grow Your Own concept. And you presented that concept to the steering committee from same team, and went through that process. And then you came to the leadership team, and you made it through that process where we moved from 6 to 4. And then you went to WA. Yep. and got the shockularity vote. And then you came to kind of a group of people that I bring from the community, and you won that one too. So the grow your own concept, I think, I mean, you've talked a little bit about it, but where's the goodness going to come out of this? I mean, where's the goodness? And maybe I should say first, what's your timeline? And then where's the goodness?
Yeah.
So we've got about a year of development that will take place where we'll spend time grabbing really all the best talent that there is across the country to help us in developing out the different courses that flow within the program. So grow your own, just to make sure everyone understands what that is really allowing those who are coming out of industry to have a pathway into career and technical education into the classroom as well as industry trainers. So getting those meaningful skills that they need to know how to do classroom management and really help relay concepts and information in a way that people can take it in, students can take it in. But it's also for our traditional students in our classrooms that we see that are rock stars. And if we want to grow an excellent pipeline, then we need excellent faculty in there to do that. And so that'll allow us to feed from that pool as well. So they'll be able to take a degree in welding with us and then continue on into a bachelor's degree at one of our 4-year partners schools.
So I love this concept, not only for us, but for all of our secondary partners that are struggling with this same thing as well. And we have a huge presence in that. Did you talk to them about this as you were creating this concept?
Yes, definitely was a big part of it. And it really that was where my passion for this came from in the first place. We don't have 4-year bachelor's degrees for CTE instructors who want to do aviation and manufacturing. But what is Wichita? We're the air capital of the world. And so if we want to turn out quality students and create a pipeline, then we need faculty in those spaces. And so talking with several different school districts, Mays Career Academy, with Dr. Lindsay King, with Wichita Public Schools and their Future Ready Centers, just creating more opportunity for awesome synergy with industry and ourselves and our secondary partners. And then really from the industry trainer side of it, that was kind of Jessi's baby in it all.
Yeah, we have firsthand experience of trying to hire faculty and knowing what that goes through. And I want to say about our team, except for one who is our expert in education, are all transitioned to teaching. They got into teaching through workforce. Yep. Like we were in the industry, so it really transforms that pipeline and what the experience is if you're going into career and technical education faculty right now, whether it's at a high school, at WSU Tech, wherever it is, that experience traditionally, and I hope I can speak for everyone on our team, is drinking from a fire hose. Mm-hmm. And you might have industry experience. Typically, you don't know good pedagogy. You don't know good instructional strategies to make your students successful and make sure that it sticks, right? Yes. So we want the information to stay with the student and give them a good experience. And I shared this with the pack the other day that whenever my first day teaching, very first day in class.
It's a good story.
And I was excited and everything. 15 minutes in, and I remember the student because he's one of my favorite students, put his hand up in the back row, and I called on him. Yes, you have a question. You've never taught before, have you? I said, is it that obvious? He goes, oh, yes, it is. And while that's a fun story, and it was like, okay, well, I'm going to work on this. Yeah. It's the same thing that our students experience when we pluck someone from industry. They have the knowledge, but their ability to share it well may not be the greatest. And they start day one with, okay, hit the ground running. Yeah. So we got to fix that. We got to make sure that when a student steps into the classroom, their experience is, this person not only knows the stuff, but man, the classroom is engaging. I can't wait to be here tomorrow because, man, I learned so much today and we did this great thing. And now, oh man, just my light bulb moment. I need to be here tomorrow and I need to be here the next day and I need to be here the next day because I can't miss a single class from this instructor. And that's what we've got to fix.
That is a really great goal. It's a super good goal. What I love about what your guys proposed was it's kind of coming from two angles to solve the problem. I mean, think about and I'm just going to pop a couple and I'm going to miss somebody I know, but I mean, I'm just in the top of my mind. I think about Eli and Jeremy and Taylor, these people that were students with us, went to industry, came back, and are outstanding in what they do. They're phenomenal. So as you spot students that you know are really going to be good at whatever they end up doing, we told the PAC students, when you were in there this week, that, they should consider this because any of them could become a faculty member at WSU Tech. And we're going to give them the education and the training that they need to be confident to be able to do that. So that's that side. But then you think about we love to hire people, and we should, from industry and military. But you're right. They don't know how to teach. They haven't. That's not been their background. That's not been what they do. They have all these knowledge and skills, but they don't have the ability. And I think that's hard, and particularly classroom management.
Yes.
These are hard things.
Yeah. And it's not like they don't want to.
And you throw them a book and you throw them a syllabus and say,
Yeah.
go be productive.
A lot of them are actually great mentors, and in industry, oftentimes you're working side by side with somebody versus teaching a class of 15 or teaching a class of 20 students. And so it's really helping them learn how to scale that side of it. I think it will be a big piece of that impact.
Yeah.
So what does it look like if a student decides they're going to test out on the teaching part while they're still in their program? Okay, so you identify somebody that's a rock star, that's a student we have now that's in a program. How's it going to work? Are you going to go tap their shoulder? Are you going to say, "Come here, I've got a coffee cup for you. Please come over and see me"? I mean, what are you going to do? How's it going to work?
I don't know if you've noticed our classes are full, right? And our labs are full. And so part of that, if we want to...
These are good problems.
These are good problems to have. As part of that, though, an opportunity to introduce people into or test out teaching, very much like student teaching happens oftentimes at the end of a program.
Oh, so you're going to let them come in?
We're going to let them come in early as lab technicians and really begin there. So one, it helps our own faculty out by giving them another person in the classroom for safety reasons and just for having more opportunities to mentor students through their programs. But it will also allow them to be paid while they're going through.
So it's applied learning.
It's applied learning.
Love that part. Love that part. How do you think it's going to strengthen retention of instructors and student satisfaction?
Absolutely. One of the challenges we have is a lot of our faculty that we get right now, they're retiring out of the industry. A lot of times we have industries that are hard on your body, and we have individuals, again, they're very knowledgeable, they're very passionate about their industry, and they physically retire out, and so they come to us, which is great. And I always say, I'll take 2 years of an amazing instructor over 5 years of none. And so we may have 2 years with that person, and they're great, but there's 2 years of learning that they figure it out, and then they're moving on to retirement. And great, that's great. But what we want to do is we want to make career educators. And I think that's the key to this, is that we're getting people in that earlier on in their career where they're going, this is my job for 20 years, and I'm going to master the art of delivering technical instruction in my area of expertise and really focus on that. And we can do it earlier in our career and really be good at it.
So when we think about how people get involved in this and what support you need, talk to us about that.
Really, I think a big piece of that is coming down to, as far as community involvement in those pieces, a big part of that is really coming down to, if you see somebody who is excelling in this area, the biggest thing a person needs is when invitation meets opportunity for somebody to be really successful in life. I don't know how many opportunities in your world came about from an invitation from somebody. So if you're in the community and you see somebody, or you're a teacher, or you're out in industry and you see somebody that has that spark or just that natural inclination towards helping and teaching others, invite them into this opportunity. Let them know about it, spread the word. That's a big piece of it.
So I think you talked about what you're going to do as far as looking at best practices. What's your implementation timeline? I mean, when do you plan to start this?
So I think we're looking at, a 1-year window. We're getting started in the new program implementation. A lot of this is going to, it's a bachelor's degree, so we have other individuals and organizations we have to get involved. So that's going to play into it. But, my goal is we're aiming fall of spring of this next academic year would be a goal for at least some level of implementation to get started with classes starting, students in that pipeline. And then between now and then, get it primed, start to identify where we have opportunities to have students jump into this pipeline.
So what does success look like?
Success looks like whenever we as an institution put a position out, we have someone that we already know. We're going to put this out, but I already have somebody, and we got the perfect student that already has been mentoring with our instructors and is ready for it. It also looks like whenever our partner institutions can really deliver technical education. You see this in the construction world a lot, where we're building birdhouses. Like, we need construction, right? We need that at our secondary partners. So there's success there. We see success whenever our industry partners, whenever they do their own in-house training, they have trainers. And then that is a full pipeline, and we don't have to worry about who's going to fill this spot. Because I know whenever we have these new innovative programs, I go, how are we going to find someone to be an electrician or a lineman? Like,
Yeah.
it's a real fear.
It's real stuff.
And when we're, weeks out from class, we're going, who's going to do this? When we're not doing that, that's success for me.
And when my high school teachers or high school contacts are not panicking and reaching out to me, requesting highly qualified instructors, instead I'm feeding them a pipeline of students, so that Kansas really becomes a regional hub of what true technical education looks like. Because it's one thing to know something, it's another thing to be able to relay that information in a way that somebody else can take it in.
So you mentioned the group that worked with you. Who are your teammates?
So we have Kendra Heim, who's actually the program director for our paraeducator program. So she was our traditional teacher, and she's been amazing to have in the group for that reason. We have Tia Schroeder, who's actually a math faculty, but she also had a circuitous route to how she came into education and has been great in informing a lot of pieces within that world. And then Matthew Lewis, who is our dean over IT, or information technology. And so he, again, took another alternative route, similar to Jessi and myself.
Well, for somebody that used to hire faculty, I do know how hard it is. And I do know the nervousness and the anxiety that comes when you're coming down to the line and have to hire somebody and they don't have the appropriate time to be prepared. So I love this. We work so hard at trying to create talent pipelines for everybody else. I love the inward look that we have those same issues, and that nobody's doing this. There's really not a roadmap for this, and you guys are going to create that roadmap. And I do think it's going to be a game changer in so many ways. So I'm super, super happy that you won, and I'm very supportive of the project, and really look forward to all the things that are going to happen from this, because I just think it's endless. I think it has tremendous possibilities, not just for WSU Tech, not just for our local post-secondary, but I think across the state of Kansas, this could be extremely, extremely important, and maybe beyond Kansas. But for right now, we need to concentrate on home and what we need and what our partners need, and then try to expand that. Because if we think we have trouble with this, let's think about some of the other people across the state that are in this work so deeply. How do they do it?
Yeah.
And it's tough. It's really tough. So on behalf of the entire college and the same team, one role, one goal group, I want to just congratulate you on being the 2025 Shark Tank winners. Grow your own.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
We appreciate
Now you
it.
want to act like you're a shark?
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to Tech Talk with WSU Tech. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And until next time, stay connected and keep exploring the incredible work happening here at WSU Tech.